Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
I've found a treatment for my cancer that I think holds a lot of promise, but my requests for coverage have all been turned down.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that if I came and explained it to you that you might be able to get that overturned for me.
Well, the buck stops here, John. Fire away.
Okay. This is a doctor in Norway. He's got a 30 to 40% success rate with gene therapy. He injects what he calls suicide genes into cancerous tumor cells. Then an inactive form of a toxic drug is administered in it.
I'm familiar with the therapy you're talking about.
Right. And a new trial starting. He's looking for new patients, and he seems to think that I'm the perfect candidate.
John, if your primary physician, Dr. Gordon, thought you were a suitable candidate, he would have pursued it.
Dr. Gordon is a specialist. You know, he's making money on his specialty. He's not a thinker. I mean, the man has his hand on the doorknob half the time that I'm there.
I'm going to be straight with you. At your age, and with the development of your cancer, it's simply not feasible for Umbrella Health.
Wait. What's not feasible? By whose mathematical equation is this not feasible?
It's policy, John. It's policy. And if you go outside the system and seek out this treatment, which has been deemed ineffective, you will be in breach of policy, and you will be dropped from coverage completely. I'm sorry.
Did you know that in the Far East, people pay their doctors when they're healthy? When they're sick, they don't have to pay them. So basically, they end up paying for what they want, not what they don't want. We got it all ass backwards here. These politicians, they say the same thing over and over and over again. Healthcare decisions should be made by doctors and their patients, not by the government. Well, now I know they're not made by doctors and their patients or by the government. They're made by the fucking insurance companies. Piranha.
John, please. If you do this, you'll be on your own, and the subsequent cost to you will be staggering.
Don't talk to me about money. I have money. This is about principle. You see, Will, this is my life we're talking about. You remember?
What about Jill's life? How's she going to be taken care of when you're gone?
Let me worry about Jill.
The type of cancer you have is malignant and inoperable.
That rolled off your tongue real smooth.
Even if the treatment works, the cancer will return eventually. It's an unwinnable battle.
That was even smoother. As a matter of fact, that was downright slick. You think it's the living that will have ultimate judgment over you, because the dead will have no claim over your soul. But you may be mistaken.
There was a cop leaving when I came in.
How did you know he was a cop?
You know, bad haircut, no dress sense, and a slight, air of scumbag entitlement. Do you see cops?
That's part of what I do. I mean, I normally don't see cadets who've been kicked out of the academy.
Oh, boy. You should get a better job, huh?
Should I?
So, do they all come in here and cry, your cops?
Sometimes they do. Yeah,
Yeah?
sure. Sometimes they cry, yeah. If they've had trouble at home, if they've had to use their weapons.
Use their weapons? Let me tell you something. They signed up to use their weapons. Most of them, all right? But they watch enough TV so they know they have to weep after they use their weapons. There is no one more full of shit than a cop. Except for a cop on TV.
Halls of justice painted green, money talking. Power wolves beast at the door, hear them knocking. Soon you'll please their appetite, they devour. Hammer of justice crushes you, overpower.
Well, hey howdy. What's cracking? So here I am, standing after the foot surgery I got done on my left foot a month and a couple days ago. And I didn't take those strong painkillers. Let me be real with all of you. I do have an addictive personality. Hence why I'm addicted to smokeless tobacco. Yeah. All of you who just don't want to be honest with yourselves, who prefer to live comfortable lives in a comfortable lie or lies, let that be a message to all of you. But I'm pretty sure all these people going after those few people, I'm pretty sure there's more important things to worry about than someone's problematic patterns or someone's quote and unquote suspected drug addiction, or it's for real a real drug addiction, and you have proof of that. But you saw in my intro that people prefer to live a comfortable lie. That's true. And maybe I got to call myself out here for a moment, because I am part of the problem when it comes to that. I do prefer to live a comfortable lie. I do have my moments of being a hypocrite. You know, double standards and all that. Sure. But let me tell you something, people. The flip-flopping pAtRiOTs and the flip-flopping libtards, not only do they initiate or enforce double standards, spew out cognitive dissonance, but they also prefer to live comfortable lives. They prefer to live a comfortable lie. Maybe it's time for all of you to be honest with yourselves. What exactly do you hope to accomplish? And what is the end game of said accomplishment? You want to end racism. Okay. Well, gotta be honest with you, racism has been going on since day one. Since the earth was made, since humans were created, all that kind of stuff. Racism has been going on for decades, centuries, years, every minute, every second, every hour, every day, every week, every 24 hours, every 52 weeks, every 365 days in a year. You name it. Maybe it's time for all of you to understand the simple fact that you think you can change this country. That straw man, red herring fallacy that you all present, as well as other people in this drama on YouTube, they present a straw man, red herring fallacy. Well, should I say red herring and straw man fallacies. You know, the same people like you, pAtRiOTs and libtards, that you all perpetuate. Playground Psychology 101. You know, one of those things, you know, you stole my G.I. Joes and I'm still pissed at you games. One of those things, oh, well, this person said something I didn't like. I didn't like his opinion, so he or she or he's not welcome in our community. Not welcome in our group. Yeah. While I was recovering, I found out that the ATF is still trying to ban stabilizing braces, pistol braces. You cops, federal, state, or local cops, it's obvious that you all have a death wish if you plan on going door to door to illegally confiscate people's firearms. Well, should I say people's AR-15s, people's high-capacity magazines, people's certain gun parts that are now outlawed or about to be outlawed, and all of you keep on saying, well, they're going to make us felons overnight. Don't speak it. Be about it. You're the ones going around calling for civil war and a rebellion. I repeat, you're the ones calling, wanting, praying, hoping for a civil war, a rebellion. When some of you won't even last one day. Maybe I probably won't last for 20 hours at best, but it is what it is. But let me tell you something, ATF. Well, actually, let me say something to the pAtRiOTs first. None of you, because they're trying to ban, ATF is trying to ban pistol braces. Not one of you said fuck you or fuck off to the ATF. You are so submissive. You are out of your league. ATF. I don't want to hear any one of you, none of you, complain that one of your agents was killed in a gun confiscation raid. I laughed my ass off when several of your ATF agents were killed during the Waco siege. Well, the first day, I laughed my ass off. But, and then of course, I also found out that there are some Illinois sheriffs going around saying, we're not going to enforce unconstitutional gun laws. We're not going to enforce unconstitutional assault weapons bans. Bullshit. You're going to do exactly what the fuck you're told to do by your higher-ups. Trust me, I know all about the chain of command deal. Being a first responder myself, you follow a chain of command. You think just because you're a sheriff that you're exempt from every action that your sheriff's department takes? No. You answer to higher ups. You kiss their asses. Not only do you receive orders from your higher ups, but also you kiss their asses. Then of course you got subordinates, people below you, who take orders from you and the higher ups, but also kiss y'all's asses. And then of course you got the cop bootlicking, flip-flopping pAtRiOTs who blindly supports you for whatever reason, I don't know. Who not only licks y'all's boots, but also kiss y'all's asses. Yeah, kiss y'all's asses. You know, I'm of the firm belief that the very existence of the cops is a direct violation of everyone's rights. In fact, there are some people out there who believes that we don't need law enforcement in this country. Here's why. Because you pAtRiOTs, you flip-flopping pAtRiOTs keep on saying, an armed society is a polite society. Well, we already have an armed society. See how I used y'all's favorite sayings against you? Yeah. And do I need to give you all, you flip-flopping pAtRiOTs, a visual representation of what you look like in your I wouldn't say armchair, well, you are armchair quarterbacks, but when you're sitting on your couches, your chairs, your recliners, this is what you do. Clickety, clack, clack, clack. When is enough enough? When tyranny becomes law, rebellion becomes duty. Looks like the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. When the law is unjust, a man is not only right to disobey it, he's also obligated to do so. What part of shall not be infringed do they not understand? I can settle that problem 5 words. 5 simple words. Power does what it wants. And you're the same people who go around and say, oh, my God-given Second Amendment rights. You believe that a document gives you rights. Per your logic, you believe that a restraining order, a piece of paper, protects you. No, I tell you what protects you. A gun in hand. Not talking to some 911, whatever, dispatcher on the phone. A gun in hand protects you. And even so, you actually protect yourself, and guess what? You go to jail. It doesn't matter if you started or not. And I got to ask this question. Maybe I'm really hypocritical for asking this because I do have a concealed handgun permit. Okay? But anyways, why should anyone fork over their hard-earned money to take a concealed carry weapons class or a concealed handgun permit class, then go over to a courthouse or a sheriff's office, fork over more of their hard-earned money, turn in their CHP and CCW application, which in turn you're asking the government permission to conceal carry, knowing full well that the sheriff's office or whoever the powers that be can actually say, no, you're not going to get your concealed handgun permit. Doesn't matter. Even if you actually passed the criminal background check in flying colors for a right that we should already have. Instead of paying all these fees, we should be able to conceal carry without government interference. But see, that's where they get you. And you're the same people going around, well, we have a right to overthrow a tyrannical government. And we also have the right to not be governed by the government. Okay, put your money where your mouth is. Don't just speak it. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Especially when you air out your grievances and you threaten civil war, your empty and idle threats of civil war and rebellion, when really you're the ones who glorify rebellion in movies. But in real life, it's a taboo subject, just like using reasonable self-defense against the cops. That's also a taboo subject for some reason. Don't know why. I love it when I'm right. And all of you preppers out there, what exactly are you prepping for? I want to know. What is those little things that you put into water and it purifies it? What, purification tablets? You can get all the purification tablets, whatever, to purify water. You can get all the, any kind of medicine. You can get all the bottles of water, ammunition, food, guns, as much as you want. Doesn't change the fact that you're being controlled. And that's the truth. Yeah. That's the truth. All this talk about civil war, rebellion. And I don't want to hear anybody say something about, oh, that's what we tried to do on January 6th, Red. Bullshit. That was nothing more than a half-assed insurrection attempt, and most of you didn't bring your guns because you're too afraid to actually get your hands dirty. And that's another thing too. It corresponds with the hypocrisy, y'all's hypocrisy. Y'all say, I don't want to be turned into a felon overnight. Well, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. What if I told you that law and order is the reason why the U.S. government is taking away your rights? What about that? I'm on y'all's necks. I can go all day. Mm-hmm.
Tell me, do you like music, Mr. Finch?
That music.
Yes. His music.
Who was he?
He was Edmund Dantes. And he was my father. And my mother. My brother. My friend. He was you. And me. He was all of us. No one will ever forget that night and what it meant for this country. But I will never forget the man and what he meant to me.